share a little bit about the process of coming to terms with that, the difference between who you thought you might be getting and the one you got?
I mean, you cut to the heart of it. I think, this is what I'll tell you is, even though I'm a musician and my background is music, I'm a sports nut. The Philadelphia Eagles won the Super Bowl. I grew up in inner city Philly. I'm still like watching highlights and sobbing in the middle of the night. It's like the greatest thing ever. So I always thought that I'd have a son, and then I'd go into a park and we'd throw a ball together, we shoot hoops together, we would, and that was very much, it was very much a part of what I envisioned.
Wow.
For Jasper when he was born. There's definitely a grieving process that you have to do for that version of your kid, that snapshot that I think that you really beautifully put and described. I think that it took me a while to figure out that there is a larger picture to this. At the core of it, it was very hard for me to accept this idea that I have a son that can't really talk to me, or let alone throw a ball with me unprompted. But I will tell you that of every achievement I've ever had in my whole life, and music and the music industry has been awesome for me. But there was a point in the Oval Office with then President Obama when he gave Jasper the first pen, and Jasper really could care less about the pen. It was like, and Jasper was very much, we had to prompt him and say, okay, we're going to go into this unknown space, which can be really hard for him. It happens to be the Oval Office, so like I'm excited and nervous, and so is Jenna. And the Oval Office is not as big as you imagine it in the movies. It's a very intimate office, and I'm a real patriot. I love my country, and so I was just, the moment of it was so awesome. And Jasper was really agitated in the Oval Office, and so I'm saying, and he's asking for McDonald's, and he wants to go on my shoulders, but he's not asking me, "Hey, Dad, I want to." He's like, he's apraxic as well, so it's hard for him to enunciate words. So he's saying, McDonald's, and I said, first we're going to go first president, then McDonald's, and that's how you have to prompt sometimes people on the spectrum. And anyway, and then he was like, I want shoulders. And when he starts to actually articulate exactly what he wants, which is hard for him, he's kind of devoted and emphatic about what he wants. And he's like, Daddy, I want shoulders, I want shoulders, I want shoulders. And I'm in the Oval Office. And I turned to President Obama, who I've gotten to know and has been to our home, and I've had time with him. And I said, Mr. President, with all due respect, I answer to a higher power. And I put my son on my shoulders, and President Obama was incredibly gracious about it, and we had laughed about it later. But I can think of actually there isn't a baseball catch on earth that could top me carrying my son out of the Oval Office on my shoulders after being a small part of a law that is going to impact billions of people. And I have to then look at those moments that I'm grieving, and I have to see them as replaced by moments that have a significantly more profound depth and impact than any ball throwing I could ever do. And for that, I look at the part of me that grieves the son that I thought I was going to have, and think there is more to this son that I do have.